So my name is Jeffrey Platt. I am the Director of Homeless Services for the City of Banning Opportunity Village, as well as the new Director of the new Prop 47 grant program instituted here by the City of Banning and the Department of Community Corrections. So I'm here today to kind of dispel some things that are being said or misunderstandings in regards to this program. For years, Banning has had a problem with having the largest jail in their backyard. And the problem becomes when people are brought here from different communities to be booked in here to this jail. At times they are released into our community and without any services or anywhere to go or a way to even get back to where they were brought here from to be booked into the jail. So what I want to do here today is kind of explain a few things about this new grant and the services that we're going to be providing. We have partnered up with North Shore Community Church, Step Up on Second, and the Salvation Army. Our first line of defense with this new program is, of course, with the Riverside County Sheriff's Department and their corrections team, and identifying people that are eligible for this program who are going to be released into the community sometime within the next month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. And we'll have pre-release classes which are going to be held by North Community Church, where we will identify if services are needed and what type of services these individuals are in need of. And then, of course, providing intensive navigation through Step Up on Second to be placing individuals in the different programs and places they need to be. Primarily, the number one goal of this grant is to reduce recidivism, which is a huge thing here in the state of California. Part of that is through programs like this where we're actually able to come into the jail and see people and find out what kind of services they need, so that prior to them getting out, we have them set up with either residential treatment, some form of housing, navigation services, and rides out of the community from the jail. For people that do not want our services that are leaving the jail, they will be taken back to the county, city, where they were brought here from to be processed into the jail system. For those that are going to receive services, they'll be put through a process which enables them to become working, productive members of society, as if that's what they so choose to do. What I really want to dispel here is 900 inmates have not and are not going to be released from this jail at any given time. This is a process. We've agreed to at least see 100 people a month. We figure out of that 100 people a month, we'll be providing 20 services for 25 individuals, and that'll be full wraparound services no matter what it is that they need. Primarily what we want to stop is people being released from the custody and just left in our community as transients are running around. No one involved in this process is by any means being brought here from other communities to be serviced under this program. These are people that are already here. They've been in jail here. They've been in custody. Some are Banning residents, and a lot of people are not Banning residents. Those are the ones that we're going to address so that we can stop the influx of people in the community. Not necessarily homeless, but the people that become transients from being released from the jail. So let's talk about the services that are going to be provided by the city, North Shore Community Church, Step Up on Second, and the Salvation Army. So initially, we will be finding out from the jail custody staff who qualifies for the program, like I said earlier. At that point, that's part of the program will be handled by North Shore Community Church, who has been helping people who have been incarcerated or getting out of incarceration for well over 30 years now. And then once North Shore Community Church is in the jail and is able to go through and find out exactly what services are needed by them, they will then pass off their initial information up to Step Up on Second. Step Up on Second will be providing intensive navigation services, which are following the resident or individual from the inception to the program until the program ends. Looking primarily to make sure that the services they got worked, or if we need to maybe offer them some other type of services. But the whole point of that will be to track the individuals from the day they signed up in the program until the end of the program 42 months later. What'll happen once Step Up on Second decides what navigation processes and that the individuals are going to need when it comes to workforce development, drug residential treatment, stuff like that, they'll now be passed on to the Salvation Army. We've been working with the Salvation Army for probably 16 or 17 months now with getting people into their residential treatment programs, also with Workforce Solutions, where they've been taking residents of Opportunity Village, putting them to work, and then helping them find permanent jobs. And thirdly is the city's standpoint from it. The city will monitor this whole process, and between myself and the grants program manager, Jennifer Jackson, we will bring this entire program to fruition, and it is my hope, and my hope is pretty good, that we will have a successful program here in helping reduce the recidivism rate here in Banning, as well as stopping some of this transient traffic that we receive on a daily basis out of the jail here. One other thing that I want to explain is the program hasn't started yet. This program has a 6-month ramp-up period, and that ramp-up period is for us to put our board together, where we'll be meeting, which involves the Sheriff's Department, members of the Banning PD, as well as Step Up on Second, North Shore Community Church, Salvation Army, the city itself, the County of Riverside Supervisor's Office. And we'll be meeting on a quarterly basis to monitor the program, as well as hiring a person that is going to oversee all of the statistics and the information that comes in from all 4 organizations, not just the city, but all 3 of our nonprofits that are involved. The other thing I want to go ahead and talk about is this housing for a minute. The city, through the grant, has gotten the money to do a master lease on 4 homes. Those are transitional housing. Those homes there'll be 2 men's homes and 2 women's homes, and those homes will only be short-term navigation housing while we figure out exactly what process we're going to be doing with each individual person. I want to bring up one other thing while we're here this morning. I want to talk about the Department of Social Services building in the middle of our downtown corridor. I have been asking now for the last couple of council meetings for the community to get involved. That Department of Social Services building has caused detrimental things to the city, to the community as a whole, and we need to step up together and somehow or another get the county or the property owner to step up and take responsibility and start doing something about all the transient traffic we have there at that facility. I would like to see that facility move somewhere, but it's really going to take the community to get involved as a whole. It is a major issue with our homeless program and our transient issues. So one last thing. Please, if you have any questions or need to know something, please come get that information from me. My email is jplatt, P-L-A-T-T, at banningca.gov. That is my city email. I would be more than happy to answer any questions, hopefully dispel any misbeliefs or anything like that are being said out there, and just be available to you to answer any of your questions and explain the program further in detail if I need to. Thank you very much for your time.